Hello. I am currently battling a cold here, so if I sound a little nasal or a little tired, that's why. I know I'm also coughing. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at down here, it's my phone. Hey y'all, it's Alyssa here. I also go by Lyss or Alsira, whichever is okay. For this video, we're going to talk about a month that is particularly impactful for writers. Not every writer, but if you are a writer, you most likely know about this. In the month of November, writers may partake in a challenge called NaNoWriMo, which is writing 50,000 words in your current WIP. NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. A lot of writers like to partake in this, but there are writers who do not. I'm one of those writers, but this won't be like I'm not like the other writers kind of thing, especially when you reach the end of this video. A little intro and disclaimers. Like I said before, I'm Alyssa. I'm 26. I live in New York, born and raised. I have a bachelor's in English, concentrating in creative writing. I also have a master's in creative writing. Additionally, I have a minor in film and video studies. With these degrees, that does not make me an expert in English literature, language, nor the craft of writing. I still published 2 poetry books, Constellidoscope and Death Rose, which are available via Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Do not take my opinion as fact. We all have different experiences. This is not a vacuum. You are free to express your opinion in the comments down below, as they are open to discussion. But be respectful, not assholes. If I see any unnecessary name-calling or senseless arguments, I will delete your comment and block your user. With that said, let's find out why I'm not partaking in NaNoWriMo. I know we're already like halfway through the month, but I've been busy the past few months. When did I get into writing? Back in 7th grade, when I was 12, I wrote my first short story. Since then, I've been writing a lot, and not just short stories. I've written poetry, nonfiction, which is not my favorite, and even screenplays. As a writer, I don't like to keep myself in this box. By that, I mean I don't want to be defined as a writer of a specific genre, but never move from there. If you see me as a fantasy writer, I'm not going to meet your expectations. I've seen other writers sort of fear writing in other genre or medium, and I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I've seen this with my own eyes. It's okay to learn something new. It may not be easy, but it is worth the transition. With writing, there comes a process. Every writer has their own process. I've seen other writers practice another writer's process. I'm not represented by a publishing house or a literary agent, so I take things very loosely, as they are, go with the flow. I don't have deadlines, and I don't have a lot of pressure as an independent writer, except when it comes to publishing my own work, which is a zoo all on its own. I've been writing my first novel for years, and it wasn't just one project. It was multiple WIPs that are currently unfinished, as WIP means working in progress, or work in progress. Written throughout my life, various stages of my life, and I haven't even looked at some of them in over 7 years. I believe the reason why I don't touch those projects again are because of life, and I just don't have the same energy I had at that time. I don't feel that same spirit again. It happens, and listen, I told myself that there'll be a day when I come back to these and may or may not have the same interest again. I could always shut off details from these works and integrate them into other works. I did it with my poetry. When did I learn about NaNoWriMo? And why am I not taking part? It's the 21st century. I was a teenager in the mid-2010s. I have social media. How could I not see about this challenge when I entered the writing world? I don't know when exactly I learned about this, but it was something that a lot of people took seriously, like religiously. I like to keep track of my work and how well I'm doing, but to have a challenge like this, I don't like having too much pressure on myself. I don't want to push myself beyond my limits. And trust me, I've been there. A lesson I've learned, listen to your body. Another thing to learn is that life happens. Something may happen, you may not be able to write, or if you don't write 50,000 words in 1 month, that's okay, it's not the end of the world. There's no prize at the end of the road, other than all the progress you made on your work. I remember when I was in online groups with other writers, some around my age or even younger, they treated it like a competition between each other, and no, I don't want that. Some are like, look how many words I wrote in one day. And I'm like, okay, did you want a cookie? I get that writers want to be competitive, go right ahead, but not all of us are like that. And a lot of us have lives to deal with. Plus, something that I don't see come up is the pain that comes with writing. Whether you write with a pen and paper or type, you can't deny that there's some kind of pain going on. Especially when you don't use the bathroom for more than 6 hours, or don't stretch for more than 4 hours, or don't eat for more than 6 hours. None of these are statistics, it's just experience. In one of my classes I took in grad school, a classmate of mine pointed out how much of the writing process is romanticized and watered down, especially when it comes to content creators in the writing world on social media. Nobody talks about the pain that comes with writing. When I bring this up in the groups I used to be in, nobody really had anything to say. I'm sure if you watch your favorite authors interview, they may talk about the struggles of writing and the toll it takes on the body. Despite the pain, I still write because the pain makes it all worth it. And that's why we love writing. It's all worth it. I want you to know that my reason for not participating was before the whole AI controversy. Regarding that, I'll say this: you do not need to use AI to write a book. Granted, assistive AI does exist in some way in the form of spell check, which is getting dumber and dumber whenever I'm on Google Docs. However, spell check back then was still handled by human beings. Humans adding inputs from the dictionary, where the first dictionary took 50 years to write and publish because there were so many goddamn words. Rant over. Struggling artist trope. The struggling artist trope doesn't just apply to artists, it also goes for writers and any creator whose content is for consumption. Also known as a starving artist is an artist who sacrifices their material well-being in order to focus on their work. Basically, they live on minimum wage, and minimal is done for the environment. But what to do when materials for your art starts to go up? You're gonna make your own paper? Make your own paint? There's also the tortured artist who goes under constant torment due to frustration with the arts, people, or the world in general. This can lead to self-destructive behaviors and is usually associated with mental illness. I'm autistic and I have ADHD. These neurotypes have been constant roadblocks in my writing journey, but that doesn't mean I cannot be a writer due to my disabilities. The reason why these tropes are very problematic because they romanticize mental illness and poverty and make fun of the hustle culture and capitalism and the need to make a profit.
What is this? I've been up for 72 hours. I had a breakthrough. I discovered a new form of writing. I will go down in history. First I wrote all day, then I tore it all up, and then that night it came to me, and the words poured forth like liquid from a stream. It was almost a mystical experience. Somebody else was writing this. Who? Everman. This is Everman's work. It's all gold. Just open it anywhere and the magic will touch you. But I'm so tired. I must sleep, and I cannot sleep. I will never sleep again. I may die from this. What am I gonna do?
Why do I bring this in about a writing challenge? Writing shouldn't be used for granted. It is a tool. It is an outlet. It is essential to learning and getting through in life. You're allowed to have some friendly conversation with your friends or acquaintances. I mean, that's how we got the first stories of sci-fi and horror. But don't turn writing into a whole I'm better than you kind of shtick. We are all students here, even if even your professors are students in the school we call life. We all have different levels of experience, and we can help each other. This is how a community grows. Of course, that is if you choose to include yourself in a community, otherwise people just forget about you. Now you know why I'm not partaking in NaNoWriMo. I'll still be writing my first novel and my third poetry book, as well as other projects. I don't need a challenge to prove what I already know. If you reach the end of this video, please leave a penguin emoji. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you are partaking in NaNoWriMo, all the best of luck to you. I'll be updating my progress for my novel and other projects. If you have a topic you'd like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments down below. I do reserve the right not to talk about a topic. All my affiliate links are in my link tree in the description down below, and so are my books. Every purchase counts. I also have books that I've read that I'm selling, a Penguin book, which is linked in my link tree. Make sure you hydrate and be safe. Bye!